Hi, boys and girls. I did not get a chance to type some things for your parents, so I thought maybe I'd just tell you all about some ideas for this week or this weekend when the weather is supposed to be nicer. So about this time of year, we start to see little marching ants and, flying flies and mosquitoes and bees. Oh, the bees are so helpful. Don't hurt them. Keep your distance and watch what they do. I got the privilege of watching one yesterday. They're trying to make things better for us, make things grow. So as you watch these insects, we've given you some cards. Some of them are insects and some of them are just bugs. They'll be in the email we send to your parents. They look like this, and they have houseflies and ladybugs and bees. They even have cockroaches, which I have the pleasure of saying I've never seen except for a big Madagascar one at the zoo, and I don't want to see them. Praying mantis, an ant, a butterfly, a beetle. A ladybug's a type of beetle. Caterpillars. We talked about them before. Dragonflies, grasshoppers, centipedes. Speaking of grasshoppers, moms and dads and boys and girls, there is something you could do at home, rainy day or sunshiny day. And you could put out little pieces of paper or little tiny pieces of material or just a piece of tape and space them out and have your child hop from piece to piece like a grasshopper. Now they have to practice because grasshoppers are really good at it. But I bet they could do that. I bet they could do a good job with that. And then maybe you could pretend to be a different bug and maybe move the way they move, like fly like a butterfly or like a bee buzzing from flower to flower. You could put pictures of flowers down on the ground. And if you do the bees, another thing you could do, is that a real word? Anyway, you could play music called Flight of the Bumblebee. Now, I've done this for years in my classroom, and I love doing it and watching the children move to it. They fly around like bumblebees. Some of the music goes fast. You can tell when they're moving faster. Some goes very slowly. And they could fly around the house or outside in the yard, just like a bumblebee. If they're outside, they could pretend to go from flower to flower. We hope to send you a link to that music, and if not, I'm sure you could look that up on your phones. That's what I did, and find one to play for them. So that should be fun. Another couple of things you could do. You could go outside and go on a nature hunt to find real bugs. And when you do that, you could make a journal called your bug journal. And so each day as you find a bug, you could draw a picture, or you could put some of these pictures on those pages, and you could write about them. A sentence or two. I see a, anyone in my class knows that sentence. I see a caterpillar. I see an ant. Or if you can write a little more, I know Mrs. Johnson sent some word cards home last week. Use those. But we need to practice our writing, and that's a great way and a fun way to make a journal about the insects. Look under the rocks. Make sure you look there. Oh boy, will you find some bugs there. And maybe some loose tree bark or something like that. So have fun with that. You can take a paper plate, which is a circle, and you could paint it, and you can make it into one of the insects. Or if you don't have that, maybe a piece of paper. Make a circle like Mrs. Robinson did for her son, but don't fringe it. Add the pieces of the bug you're trying to make, okay? What else? Oh, another journal thing you could do. You could look up in the sky. It doesn't have to be looking for bugs now. Just look up in the sky, and what do you see? If it's a nice day, maybe you're lying down on a blanket looking up at the sky and watching the clouds go by, and then write and draw about what you saw. That's always fun. It's easier when I type them up. Oh, you could make a book. And this book kind of looks like this. You start with a plain piece of paper, like a copy piece from your mom's printer or dad's printer. Fold it in half this way. And then you would accordion pleat that. And that just means, and you might need help from an adult, but I bet you could do it. Fold it one way. See, I've got this. Now fold it back the other way. And now I've got different directions. And then the last piece folded in. And when you open it, it's called an accordion book. And you could maybe make the head of whatever you're trying to write about. And then a picture in writing. Picture in writing. Picture in writing. You decide how to use your book. And then you can actually stand it up and people will go, "What's that?" I wrote a book. And you could be so proud, and they'll be proud of you too. You can classify the insects and the bugs and maybe graph them like we did the rainbows. But that's probably enough. Oh, you could fill your little bug catcher with some bugs. Draw pictures of how many you've seen and then count them. Have a great time. Look for those insects. Send us some pictures if you like. Take care, boys and girls. Bye-bye.